Greetings to all well-meaning Edolites worldwide, wherever you reside in this globe. As long as you are an Edolite, a well-meaning one of that, Oda will send you greeting. Please, I want to throw my voice into this issue of somebody slapping somebody.
Okpebholo.
An Edo son slapped an Edo son in the foreign land, and it becomes a subject for celebration. It become an issue for celebration. It become an issue of applaud for some categories of persons, both home and abroad at the same time. To the same world, to the civilized person, to the learned set of people, this is an embarrassment, a retrogressive mind. It isn't called for at this time and age. Doesn't make any sense. It actually put Edo once again on the wrong side of the map. It projected Edo in negative light again, which should be condemnable by all well-meaning Edolites and all well-meaning Nigerians at large. But my question is this: for you, those of you that are celebrating somebody being slapped, I don't know. I know about on the verge of, he's a very influential person on the social media, right? I have nothing in common with him, no connection, nothing. I don't know if you've seen my video before. But Oda will speak the truth. I stand on the middle of things. And as for the guy that slapped Abat, after slapping Abat is when I get to hear his name for the first time. So which now means slapping Abat, I've given him fame and popularity. My brother, I'll be grateful to Abat for that. Meanwhile, if Edos, some of the Edos, even in high places, could carry out such a despicable act of celebrating somebody who publicly display hooliganism, violence, fighting in public, most especially in a civilized place like the UK, if you can celebrate such a person for just slapping Abat, one slap, what about the man that slapped this guy? We still remember who this man is. This is the president of France. Before you rate the top 4-5 biggest presidents in the world, Emmanuel Macron will appear. We remember sometime during the pandemic, somebody slapped Emmanuel Macron of France for reason best known to that person. He never trended because it was a negative act. Although he was on the news, but not to be celebrated. So if somebody slap Abat and gain that kind of celebration and recognition award, what about the man that slapped Emmanuel Macron? The Edos just proved that Abat or Bazin is bigger than Emmanuel Macron of France, because the man that slapped Emmanuel Macron got no award. He got no praises. Nobody gave him money. But somebody slapped Abat. The person got money. He got popularity, even though for the negative reasons. He was celebrated. I don't get this. This shouldn't be happening in Edo. It shouldn't be about Edo. Edo is Yagbon. Edo, the cradle of black civilization. We have all of this gotten into the dustbin. See, shame on those in political offices that celebrated this. I saw, is it the deputy? I don't know who the man is that was speaking English, applauding the guy that committed this error. Because whether you all agree on it, was an error. It ought not to have happened in the first place. Do humans even need to fight? Violence should be condemned by any means. If anybody wronged you, why is the court there? But I know the government of Nigeria, APC, wherever they reside, home and abroad, don't believe in the law. That's why the guy could, if he has offended you, you have evidence to that fact, you take it up legally, right? But you went and slapped somebody and now they are praising you. I hope what happens to the person that slapped Emmanuel Macron, I hope you will be ready to face such, because I know that is not Nigeria. You get the point. Now, meanwhile, everybody saw the slap. The APC hierarchy in Edo State saw the slap and they applauded. But Odalo saw only one thing in the whole of that event, because I watched the video. What I saw was Abat, after being slapped, shouted emergency, emergency, and he picked up his phone and called 911. How long did it take for the police to flood the scene? That's the thing Odalo saw in the whole of this event. Can that happen anywhere in Nigeria? APC leaders, you celebrating this wrong. Can that happen in a country that you are leading, in a state you are governing? Is there a number in a door that I can call now and in the next 10-20 minutes I'll be rescued? Because if in a worst case scenario, it would have been bloodier than that if the police have not showed up as at when they showed up. They showed up with numbers of vehicles, countless, just to come and salvage the situation as a result of one slap. But here in Nigeria, terrorists, armed robbers, kidnappers, we operate for hours. No police to call, no security agency to call, no emergency to call. Our political leaders don't see this as something to focus on. They didn't see that. They didn't see the shameful part on that, on them. But you were celebrating somebody who the world now will see as animal. Nobody in a sane clan will tell that guy, thank you for slapping that man, regardless of what. But you guys did it. You went ahead. Slapping about was not just all. You went ahead making videos celebrating what the whole world will condemn, or what the whole world was already condemning. Look at the way it's flying on all the mainstream media for the negative reasons. It doesn't make any sense. So as for you APC leaders, those in governance that were involved in applauding this video is directly to you. Albert called 911, shouted emergency. In a blink of an eye, the security agency, the police flooded the place. Can such happen in Edo? Can such happen in Nigeria? That is the part I want all of us to have seen, not the slapping part. You get the point? So meanwhile, once again, if you have encouraged slapping, if somebody slap about one slap and get this applaud, get this recognition, get those money that they got, and it means we should all go about slapping people, or you are exposing Abbott now to more slaps in the UK. If one slap can give that, I think he call himself double chief. If one slap can give you all of that, people will think of giving Abbott like 10 slaps. Some even plan of, in fact, buying him. I'm sure the reward will be massive if they buy him. Does this signal good for us? Of course it doesn't. This was a very letdown to the image and identity of Edo. We should not encourage nonsense like this. It doesn't make sense.